I had chocolate on my fingers. That's awesome.
Okay, so we're live. We're just sitting here talking to ourselves, not even minding. So this is a special episode of Let's Have a Fefe for the virtual Arizona Pride. It technically is like our episode 24, and Freddie is having problems with his front-facing camera blurring.
Yeah, no idea why.
But honestly,
on something that's not me.
Honestly, it did that to you the other day when you were.
We're muted.
I unmuted it. We were muted for the first 2 seconds.
Okay, because Dee said that she couldn't press, so.
I'll just wait.
Y'all should be able to hear us now.
That's weird because I heard it on the thing, though. It's weird.
And it's probably user error. It's the Sassy we're talking about, so.
Oh.
Hey, Sassy.
All right. So, for those that are watching for the first time, this is Let's Have a Fefe. Freddie, Prince Charming, and I host this show almost every, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Arizona time. Unless, things happen and we have to cancel drastically. This show is more than just the gossip. It's the issues that matter most to you. But today we're talking about happy things. I think our focus was to talk about all things that are happy, all things that are good, all things to get through this.
Positivity.
Yeah.
Positivity. We are all about the positivity today.
Yes. Come back on Wednesday. We'll get back to just kidding. We'll get back to the normal stuff. I know. So, I have enjoyed the virtual Pride celebration. Dare I call it a celebration? It's been, very educational. Can I say that?
It has. I've loved seeing. I haven't been able to attend everything. I've been running around. I've been trying to take care of some stuff at home, but I've been popping into stuff as I can. And I've loved seeing more actual educational workshops and presentations and things. Because for me, while partying and drinking and everything is all well and good, that's not my forte.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't Pride for me normally is just kind of because I'm not big on the whole drinking and partying thing.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that sometimes it gets a little, I don't know. To me, it feels like I need, there's no content, there's no context.
Right.
Unless there's somebody that's performing that I want to see, or if I hear about a shop that's there, that usually is at Pride. Sometimes I get my sunglasses at Pride. Because, some of those people have them 10 sunglasses for $40 and you're like, okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to Pride.
Right.
But it's a chance to celebrate ourselves. But this has been a chance to get to learn about ourselves. Because in years past, I don't think that I've ever sat down in a area and learned anything like your presentation today. Even though I'm 6 feet away from you or whatever, I don't know everything, but I did learn something today. I love the boot and sandal analogy. I never thought about it. I never thought about it that way. And if you didn't catch it, then you should have Freddie give you a presentation, Teddy and Freddie. So, just there's different things that I've learned about people. I've learned about, I attended the Ignite Your Pride one, just different things.
Right, and you did the story hour. I know there were some technology glitches, but I know that you had tons of people tune in, and yes. it was great. Everything that I've been seeing has just been really, really cool, and I wish that there was more of that.
So what's
in
awesome about
like with
yesterday, and I think maybe in yours too, because there were some people, maybe they do live here, but I did not recognize their names. But maybe I think that this has blown up bigger than just Phoenix or just Arizona. This has blown up to be nationwide because in my story hour, I was telling Freddie this before we got on here, but my story hour, I saw people from like Michigan, Virginia, Vermont. They were from all over, and in an instant,
right.
I was connected to people all over the country. Whereas maybe this is what the feeling is. Instantly, I'm connected to people all over the country, but usually Pride is just, I don't know, it feels like the people I know already.
It's basically the same. Well, I mean, it's the same people you see at the bars, really, for the most part. When you go, you go to the park and it's, oh, look, I haven't seen you since last weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit different. I think the way that this was done, I think that, shout out to, David Boyles and Free Mom Hugs and for really kicking this off.
What I would suggest, though,
I think it's fantastic.
I love Pride, and I don't want anybody to take that as a discount. I do. What I would like to see in the future is if you decide not to go to the physical location, that you have these learning opportunities available to you on the day of, or maybe you have them available at the park. It would be kind
of... There's like a kid zone. Why not have drag story hour at the kid zone?
Yeah. Or, just different things at the park. So you're learning from each other. You're getting different aspects other than chaps and Speedos.
And it's not tassels. Just, it's not just going because, there's some concerts and then the same vendors there trying to get everybody's pink dollar. You know what I mean? Like, there's actually, good content and stuff. And, maybe this is a good thing for Phoenix Pride to maybe kind of see, oh, you know what? These things do go over well, and maybe it would make sense for us to start incorporating some of these into, into our Pride Festival. Because Pride should be about education and about all of these things too. It's not just liquor sponsorships and getting wasted and dancing until you pass out. Like,
so Mr. Pride,
there's more to it, and the dancing and stuff is fine. I get it, but for people like me who's not really into the whole drink until you're totally wasted, I haven't had any real desire to go to Pride because it's the same thing every single year. I go if I'm performing, and to go and while I'm there, I will support people that are performing as close to when I'm performing as possible. But otherwise, it's the same people that you see at the bars all the time. It's people walking around just getting drunk, and then the same vendors that are just like, hey, you're gay, look, we have a rainbow flag, buy my thing. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like...
Don't knock the sunglasses vendor, please. Don't knock the sunglasses vendor.
Okay. You have your damn sunglasses.
Okay.
But I think that this kind of leads into, one of the things that we wanted to talk about, which is, the positive things that have come out of the social distancing and the pandemic.
Mr. Phoenix Pride absolutely agrees with us. More forums. He agrees that to educate and engage people. So I was just trying to...
It's important. It really is. I can't see whatever chat you're in. I just have the one that's from our page.
This is the one from our page. I am not looking at the one in all the other ones. I'm so sorry. If you're watching us on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you know what? I lied. This is our group. Oh hell, I don't know. You're looking at the other one. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at not the same thing you're looking at.
It's okay.
Technology is hard. We're fine. Justin Deeper Love, Mr. Tucson Pride, said that Tucson Pride this last festival had a history walk throughout the festival, which was kind of cool. That
Oh
would be,
wow! Oh,
you
I
know.
did watch that session yesterday. The AZ Gay History. That was wow. I mean, just there's so many things I could like take up this whole section about. No.
I know there's all sorts of stuff. So what are some of the positives that you found have come out of this? And this is, I would like to preface this by saying that we are not discounting the the seriousness of this pandemic. We are not in any way, shape, or form attempting to take this lightly.
Correct.
But in every situation, positives come out of the negatives. There are always positives that come out of things like this. So that's why we're talking about this, especially since I know that there are people that are really struggling right now. They're trying very hard to find the positive things about being in isolation or being quarantined. And so maybe this is something that will help people out there. So go ahead, Felicia, take it away.
So my first thing is that there are so many organizations, and this is my world right here. Like us going virtual, this is my world. I live for this. So I say more education for our community. This is amazing. I've learned things that I didn't think I would learn. And I also got to, many times, us, and I say this all the time, us as entertainers don't get to interact with the people. So this was a very good chance to see people interacting with people, even those people that had like drag shows where they entertained in their living room. It still brought people together, and that was amazing. But I will say that I'm going to be looking forward to this, if not in November, but next year in April. I would highly suggest that they get together with the organizations that they had already and some more, so that we can learn more about. There are some organizations that were on the schedule that I didn't even know about, and I've been here for a while, so I don't want to say how long, but for a long time.
Been here longer than you have.
But also, virtual tipping is a thing, and it's been quite lovely. Can I say that? It's
yeah,
lovely.
for sure.
And I appreciate those that have reached out to you and I about merchandise and. One big positive thing that I did realize that was more of a... it's not a shocker. It's more of like a... Oh, I'd never realized that. But we have to be careful because we don't know who's following us, including people that are allies. And not everybody gets everything that we joke about. Not everybody gets... like when we're venting about how entertainers get paid or, like stuff like that. I felt like some of our allies were very educated and open-minded about what they were learning this weekend. Because...
I think so as well. Yeah, for sure.
Like people asking me, okay, so the drag story hour, I did it in my daughter's bedroom. And not everybody watches the Fefe, so they don't know that I have children. Or they
think you have a random I
just have a random room full of teddy bears. But
just have a random kid's bedroom.
But they were asking me, like, what is your life like as a parent? And how does drag affect that? And I never thought about that. I really haven't. I thought... Oh, that's a very interesting question. And why it seems so different is because this one part of my life is not part of their life on a day-to-day basis. They don't know. So it was very it opens discussion. That's my final point on that one. But it opened discussion between some of our allies to better get to know me and my situation, to know that there's not just, gay people living together, and how did they get children, and I mean, there's so many avenues.
Right. Oh my God, gay people have queers have families and things. For me, one of the big positives that I'm seeing come out of all of this is that people are kind of forced to actually make connections with people.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to, with technology and with everything else, I think that it's very easy to be almost dismissive with people. Not because nobody really knows much about anybody unless they take the time to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all really busy, and I think more people throughout this pandemic, I think I have more people that have actually gotten to know me outside of Freddie, which is fantastic. That doesn't happen very often. And, you actually have to take the time to talk to people. And it's kind of interesting from my standpoint, because I'm single. Everybody knows I'm single. And it's interesting because anytime anybody tries to get my attention, now they actually have to try and get my attention. You actually have to talk to me. You actually have to carry on a conversation.
Oh no.
And and that, right? And I've heard that from people that are in the dating scene, regardless of whether they're single or whether they're poly or whatever it is. The folks that are getting out there are realizing that once you take something like sex off the table, because right now, if you're out and you're hooking up, you're part of the problem. So once you remove that,
mm-hmm.
you actually have to find that other a different way to connect. You actually have to have conversations. You have to find out people's likes and dislikes. You have to find out what are people's normal when this is over, and whether it's from a romantic standpoint or whether it's from a friendship standpoint, the fact that people are truly connecting. I see people that are checking in constantly with their friends, maybe people they don't talk to all the time, and my hope is that once this is over and once we get back to whatever it is the new normal is going to be, because let's face it,
mm-hmm.
whatever we think is going to be normal isn't. It's not. It's not going to be a finger snap and everything's back to the way it was. There's no way. Not after this. It's not going to happen. But my hope is that when we are able to gather and to actually spend that time together, that the connections that people have made and the attempt to connect that people have made through this will continue, that people will really recognize the value of that and the value of even something as simple as a hug. Because right now, I know that there are people that are essentially starving for that
mm-hmm.
that sort of human connection. And I'm starting to get there myself, I'm not going to lie. Because my dogs can only go so far, and right now Bruce is like, okay, why? Still, can you just... Because
He's like, why haven't you left this house?
Seriously. And, every time I walk past him, I boop his nose, and he's starting to look at me like, dude, really? What the hell are you
really,
doing?
Bitch?
So even the most introverted of your friends will struggle. And it's been long enough now that this is about when that struggle is going to start happening. This is when we're really going to start feeling it. And I really hope that people actually continue to connect. And if someone is reaching out to you,
Don't ignore it, hon.
Don't just dismiss it, because right now we're we're starving for that attention. So we're reaching out to people who I think we think kind of will feed our soul, whether it's in a romantic sense or whether it's in a platonic sense, and engage and talk to people, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. But as far as the positivity in all of this, keep making those connections, because when this is over, we're still going to need people. And I'm looking forward to like a massive what the hell, why?
You too, why?
Apparently, Jesus. We're all still going to need that connection, and I'm expecting like a massive like cuddle puddle at the end of this, because Jesus, like everybody just piled one giant like mattress with everybody on it just napping.
Oh. Well, I have been kind of lucky in the sense that I have been busy otherwise, and I haven't really had time to focus on being in the house all day. My only thing is, like, when people start complaining, I start to think, well, I've been sitting here longer than you have. I was doing this. I've been doing this since the beginning of March. So, one thing that I will say is, yes, do reach out to those that are in need. I did have someone reach out to me, which was my first encounter of a sort, that it was kind of more of a life and death kind of thing. And for me, that so I considered, you have to, and this is never very friendly, but you have to consider the person first. Let's consider the people, and then figure out what the situation is and how to de-escalate it, and how you can be more helpful. Don't try to be the solution, because when you try to put yourself as the solution, then it makes it more detrimental. So for me, I do know that people are getting a little stir crazy. I have always grown up to be like the computer nerd, so hence this is why we figure stuff out like this. And I'm used to being in a room for like 2 days and not talking to people. So that's me. But people like my husband, it's bothering my husband that we're here all day. And
I'm sure. I can imagine that Scotty's going nuts right about now.
And we can't like take a moment to like go to work and be away from each other and come back. Not to say he doesn't like being here with us, but there is that bit of separation. Right. I get to miss you. I get to, send texts during the day. It's not so cutesy when he's down the hallway and I'm in here. And you know what I'm saying? So that part is a little...
at least at the end of the day, at least you have people, I've been on PTO the last 2 weeks, so I've literally had nothing to do except play Animal Crossing, which has now like crept into my like subconscious being, and I'm pretty sure I'm just morphing into an Animal Crossing character. This is the culture now. Like, we are all Animal Crossing characters, and
I have not joined that game. Mm-mm.
That's just it. That's all it is, But so I go back to work tomorrow. Which I say I go back to work. I work from home anyway, which is why when people ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, well, honestly, not a lot has changed for me.
Mm-hmm.
As I joke about missing sushi, And that's kind of the biggest thing. Like my biggest social interaction with people was going out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I food is very much one of my love languages. So sharing food and sharing a meal with somebody is
Very
how
socially.
I can. That's one of my love languages. People that know me know that. So me being stuck and not being able to have that option is tricky for me right now.
The other day I thought about calling you, even though you don't ever answer the phone.
I'd rather Skype than be on the phone personally, but and I know I'm starting to feel it a little bit because I love to cook, and I have all the time in the world to cook, and now I'm starting to be like, I don't want to fucking cook. So I know maybe once I start working again tomorrow, it'll be a little bit different because it'll be more like a routine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once I'm back to my sort of normal routine, it might be a little bit easier. Though the 2 weeks off was actually kind of nice. I was able to get some stuff done around the house, which is another good thing that's kind of come out of this. Is I don't really have an excuse to not get shit done. I've organized some things. I haven't taken stuff to storage yet. I'm not too mad about it though. Like I'm fine with what I have accomplished.
You need that stuff after you put it away.
I see lots of right. I mean, I see lots of people, talking about they're getting stuff done in their garden, or they're getting their stuff done around the house, or working on home projects and stuff, which I think it's great. I think that
the weeds in the front yard,
the people that are able to do things.
The weeds in the front yard are gone.
Did you? Praise Jesus, my God! Because
did you ask me if I did it? Did you really just ask me if I did it?
No. Dude, I should know better. I know I should know better. I know I should know better. I'm sorry. I didn't even. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Don't know what I was thinking. I no idea what I was thinking.
A landscaper saw his opportunity and said, "Would you like me to take care of this?" And we said yes. Even lowered the price. So, so I said, let's see. That's
good. At least the next time I'm there, I won't feel like I'm gonna fall into a pit and get lost and have to go through a machete, and I'll just end up living
the next time. I don't know when you come. I don't know when you come in over. I can't promise that.
Yeah, it's alright. It'll be summer soon, and it'll be too hot for weeds, so it'll be fine.
Patricia Mason sends virtual hugs. Patricia Mason is on at 7. Is she on at 7? Believe so.
I believe she's on at 7.
Patty's Ponderings. You can find her on YouTube or Facebook. Patricia Mason.
Justin said that he and his partner decided not to live together right now because Justin's an essential worker and his partner has kids. And it's that's one of those things. It's hard. You have to make those sacrifices, and you have to really do what is best for everybody. And sometimes the best decision isn't always the easiest one. Especially with things like this. And, I feel for those folks. I know people that, they share custody of their kids, and their kids, stay with their partners. And, so, yeah, it's rough.
Patricia's on at 8. I'm not good at keeping track of time because originally I thought that Freddie's session today was at 5, and that we had to be ready by 5:45, and I just had to
Not even close. Not even close.
I don't know.
Not even remotely.
My mind took over and decided that, you know what, it's at 5 o'clock, and so that's what happened.
So, speaking of today, for those of you that missed it, Teddy Michael and I have an educational presentation that we put together. We actually traveled to Denver last year to present it, and we were actually scheduled to present it at a few other conferences that were happening this month. Of course, everything got canceled. Damn it! But It was how to be a trans ally, and I wasn't sure how many people were going to show up because we were sort of competing with a 1 in 10 session and also church, but we had a good turnout and people were asking great questions, and it was really nice to see folks tune in for something like that. We put it together, and the feedback that we got from people was really positive, and that made us feel good, especially since I kind of threw Teddy in last minute. It occurred to me, I think it was like Thursday or possibly even Friday, that I was like, oh, we have this could totally work. So I messaged David and I was like, if you have time, do we have, we can throw this in there? And David was like, absolutely, how about Sunday at 11? So with everything else that was going on, and it's a weekend, and folks were probably sleeping in and stuff. I was really excited to see as many people as there were, join us this morning, and that's something that I love to do. I love to teach. I love to educate, and being able to do that with this sort of a platform was really really cool. So I'm hoping that the opportunities to do that there may be more of them in the future, and hopefully some of these other conferences that we're scheduled to be at won't be canceled.
Or maybe, because this has been a topic of discussion for some of the conferences, especially some of the ones I do for work, that they'll just put them online. They'll charge like a nominal fee and then say, here's the login, and here is this conference. So I think in the past I've asked for stuff like this, and it's phenomenal how the need is there, because now the things that I've been saying we need to do this are essential because now we're all stuck at home. What are we doing? I'm not at work and dealing with people walking into my office, so I could have one screen up with, the conference going and my work going on the other one, all to, there's so many opportunity out of the madness. There's so much opportunity out of it that I think...
People are getting creative, which is awesome.
I will say that if you're going to have a drag show in your room, can you clean your damn room? I do not want to see your laundry.
Christopher, I don't think... I was looking for the record button today, and I couldn't find the record button, so it wasn't recorded, and it was Zoom, so I don't think it is still accessible, unfortunately. I wish it were. But, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to record it. Sorry.
Logan, I am checking into that. Logan is interested in buying a show shirt, but Kat is dealing with life. So our shirts currently say that they're out of stock. So and Logan's not the only one that's asked me today, but if I get 4 or 5 more people that want to buy a shirt, then
I would say I'd say the best thing to do probably would be to get pre-orders. So get 5 or 6 people to actually purchase a shirt. That way we can say, hey, Kat, here you go.
Because she's dealing with she's not even working at Cobalt right now, I don't think. But so she's dealing with life herself. So instead of having that burden of something being open and her trying to fulfill the order and making sure it's on time, because this was her side hustle anyway, but not having the time makes it even more difficult. So I am talking to her about getting names together, and then if we have that guaranteed, here's 10 shirts, then we can go forth and conquer that. But since you've asked me now twice, I will make sure that...
so if anybody else wants to buy...
send me a message, please.
Why?
Because you're blurry.
If anybody else would like to buy a Let's Have a Fefe shirt, let either Felicia or myself know, and we'll work it out so that we can get those orders into Kat and see what we can figure out about getting some shirts out to you guys. Because we love it that you guys want to support us, and in supporting us, you're also supporting another local business, local small business. So it's a win-win situation across the board, really. So we'll do that. I guess I should probably buy a shirt too. What do you want? This isn't about you. Apparently,
come
it
on,
is about
Bruce.
him. I'm sorry.
Hi, Bruce.
My bad. This is totally about him.
Hi, Ben.
You're such a doofus.
And a correction.
My goodness.
Patricia Mason is on at 8.
8.
Tonight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
8
Arizona time.
I thought I'm so off on my days because I haven't been working. Like the other day, I thought what was it? I thought it was like totally Sunday, and it was like a Wednesday or a Tuesday or something.
You
I
did
thought
that
all day
week.
today was Saturday. Actually, no, I lied. I thought today was Monday because I kept wondering when the mail was going to get here. I don't know what day it is anymore. Well, no idea what day it is.
Good for you.
And I don't know that working's really going to help with that. I'll just know that my alarm is set and I have to wake up and log in. So we shall see.
Hi, Miss Gay America. What am I looking at? Oh, I have like 3 screens open and I can't figure out what I'm doing.
I know it's juggling, and I don't have I only have my laptop. Like if I had multiple screens, it'd be easier, but I don't. So.
Hi, Jeannie. Hi, Joan. Yes, Logan. Yes, you're drumming up customer support. So if you would like to buy a Let's Have a Fefe shirt, go ahead and send us a message.
Jeannie says it's Blur's Day. Yes, it is. It is
it's all of the days together. It's all of the days together.
So while we're talking about the positive things that have come out of this pandemic, and since we're doing this virtual Pride thing, I want to know what are some things that you are proud of right now with all of this going on? What are some things that you are proud? It could be something little. It could be something big. And I want to hear from the people watching too. What are some things that you are proud of right now? It could be something you accomplished. It could be something that something that you did, something you got done at some point. Just anything. I want to hear what is making you proud right now. What are you proud of?
Oh, for me, online is this sense of community. Even though we have the sense of community when we're at Pride, I feel like even more so now, as we do these like your thing this morning, or just more sessions, or even if I listen to somebody that is talking about something that they went through, because there have been some interesting lives that I'm like, oh, I had no idea. That you get to know the people. Essentially, we work together, but we don't know each other. So, this whole weekend has been a big thing of getting to know people. And I, not that I feed off of it, but because I don't like that phrasing, but it is something to look forward to, I guess. I don't know. All of those people put together an event that hit 4 publications and has run, from what I can tell, smoothly. With it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And like I said earlier, I would like more education. Yes?
Right. Chris says that he's proud of his health and a job that he's so fortunate to have. Justin said he's proud of the unity in community. And Anita Tagobach says that she is proud to work for a large company that cares about their employees.
Oh, amen.
So all very, very good things.
Oh, well, I'm proud to be working right now because, as many of you know, I work for a school, and a school could instantly say that I'm not essential to their organization and tell me that
I'd like to see them try it.
Well, I am essential to them.
Just because I know what you do, so I'd like to see them try to tell you that you're not essential.
But they could. The board could just technically and say, we don't need this at all.
Right.
But they're not. But I am grateful that they are, seeing this all the way through. And one thing, working with like students opens your eyes a little though, because they don't see the world the way we see it. They're wondering when can they come back to school. They're wondering when can they pick up their things. When, how do you know the first day of school? It's very interesting because can we get back to life right now? Or,
right.
But then the adults are like, what's happening? But they're like worried. The younger generation
right.
is like, so it's like the flu, right? But I'm, I'm very proud of all things considered. I could be jobless. I could be homeless. There's so many things. I do not have a place for everyone to stay, but go ahead.
Jeannie says that she is proud of her local artists and performers taking time to do all these digital events and shows and Q&A sessions, and she's proud of her company for the money they've donated to small businesses. Both of those are all amazing things.
Amen to that.
Right? For me,
mm-hmm.
This may not seem like a big deal, but for me, it was a little bit of a big deal. I'm actually proud of the fact that I got some of my workspace organized. I live in a very small condo. My condo is very small, and it's hard to manage space for things like drag and crafting and all that stuff while trying to stay somewhat organized. And with everything that I've been doing the last year, I've been so busy that things kind of kept piling up, and then I kind of organize things a little bit, and then I get overwhelmed, and I just give up, and then things would just keep piling up because I just keep working on things and whatever. And so finally I was like, all right, why? So finally I was like, all right, I have no excuse. I'm on PTO. So it took a couple of days because I took it in stages because I didn't want to, I knew if I did too much, I was going to overwhelm myself, and then that was just not going to be good for anybody anyway. So I took it in stages, and I organized it. I had a whole bunch of stones and stuff that I still had to get situated. So I organized all of that. I organized, one workspace, which has been, since been cleared off. Most of my living area has been, cleared off and organized and situated. My vacuum is not holding up well, so that's one thing that it's driving me crazy. And I need another broom and a mop, and I can't find either of those things at any fucking store. So fuck y'all if you keep hoarding brooms and mops.
What for though?
I've kind of organized my bedroom, which is where my drag closet is. I have a storage where I have a whole bunch of drag stuff too, but my most used things takes up 1/2 of my closet in my bedroom. So I managed to go through some of that and get some of that situated, which was a mess mostly because I was prepping for Dallas. So I was working on costumes and things, so things were everywhere. So because Dallas isn't happening, I decided, all right, so I'm going to start putting some stuff away, clearing things off the floor, getting things a little more organized. The only thing that is not put away or organized is my step-down suit, or part of it anyway, because it won't fit anywhere. So it is still sitting on, it won't fit anywhere. So it's still on the floor in my bedroom, but it's off to the side because, I'm just me and nobody's
going to step on it. It won't fit over here either.
All right,
Plus, I'll end up wearing it.
Organizing for me is something that I'm proud of for myself because it's a big deal and I get overwhelmed with a lot of it. So for me, I would pat myself on the back for that. Alexis says that she cleaned out her closet and organized her stuff so it fits now. Washed and set all her wigs, and Carnita Asada's wigs and stuff. Awesome. See, it's even little things, and it could be something as simple as, you got up and you took a shower because with everything that's happening right now, depression hits hard, and I know that when I'm depressed, it's hard to do the sort of basic stuff, it's the energy it takes to shower and things sometimes are just like, oh my God, I really don't want to. So you know what? Kudos to you guys if you have gotten up and showered, or if you've gotten up and brushed your teeth, or even gotten up and washed your face, put clothes on, which I'm really bad at right now. Like I'm wandering around in like boxers all the damn time because why? Um, so kudos to everybody that has gotten up and managed to do things like that throughout the day, whether it's something as simple as drinking water, or you made yourself lunch. You didn't just eat a box of fruit roll-ups, which I promise I have not done.
Yes,
So the little things like that. And it doesn't, like I said, the big things are great, but sometimes it's the little things that are really important, and it's the little things that really help get you through.
You have to read Dominic's. That was a cute one.
I don't.
Oh, that's in the regular one. Okay. Dominic is proud that they stopped traffic for 2 geese and their babies across.
Yeah, I saw that. That's fantastic. I was like, you're my hero.
I was trying to ask Nicole if there were pictures, but I haven't seen pictures yet, so.
I haven't seen pictures either, and I'm really upset about that. Also, real quick, shout out to both Dominic and his wife Nicole. They're both healthcare workers, and they're both sort of on the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? Mad props to both of them, because this is a hell of a time to be a healthcare worker right now. So I know it cannot be easy for them or for anybody that they work with. So you know what? Mad props to all y'all out there that are on the front lines, whether you're an EMT worker, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a doctor, whatever it is that you do, especially if you're coming in contact with patients and you're dealing with the true ramifications of all of this. You know what? Thank you so much for hanging in there and for doing the stuff that so many of us just we couldn't do. There's no way.
One that I would like to shout out for is lab techs. I know that they're not on the front lines, but they are the ones that you're depending on to get all of this stuff done to let you know if you've been tested positive or negative for the corona.
Yep.
So I commend, and I saw somebody post about lab techs never getting any credit. So I'm taking the time to tell you that lab techs deserve the credit, because what is happening is that doctor is swabbing your... That's not how it happens, but they're swabbing your nose, and it kind of, from the way the picture looks, it kind of does. But
have you ever been? It's a similar test to the flu test. Have you ever had a flu test?
No.
It's awful. Literally, they take a giant Q-tip, basic thing, and they shove it way the fuck up in your brain, and then they just kind of go woo 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 woo. They scramble up your brain a little bit, and then they pull it back out. Like, it's like shoved way the hell up there. Like, you can feel it in like your cerebral cortex just sort of swooshing around. It's kind of yeah.
No,
It's awful.
That made me sweat.
I would rather have my blood drawn all day long. When I had the flu twice last year, I had to get tested both times.
Oh my God, you never told me that.
Here, let me take this giant fucking thing and shove it all the way into your brain, and we're gonna stir it up a little bit, and then we're gonna pull it back. It's awful. Fucking terrible. Worst fucking test on the planet. Ugh.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all stay the fuck away from me.
You should go get tested just to make. You should go get tested just to make sure that you're okay.
No. No.
But yes, no, absolutely. Shout out to those lab techs, because it's the people working in the labs that are testing blood, that are testing all of those things, and making sure that the tests get sent out and get tested correctly, and that's huge.
So Dominic says, look at a photo of what the ancient Egyptians did to the brain for mummification. It's something similar to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
I saw that picture, and I no thanks.
That's
good.
Accurate.
No,
it's accurate. It's awful.
No,
freaking awful.
I just remember something.
There's got to be an easier way.
I remember something else I'm proud of.
What?
So I'm not able to join you at Joshua Tree to help with food and things. So I thought, since I can't join you, that I would join the cause. And so I have been fundraising on Facebook for Joshua Tree. And today, I believe it was a friend of yours, donated
Yes.
$80, and we're at $400. Now, I am going to push the thermometer up to 500 to see if we can get it to 500.
Do it.
So, should I do it right now? Let me do it right now.
Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna do it right now.
I think it's amazing. And for the folks that don't know what Joshua Tree is, it is an organization that's been around for, I think, 32, 33 years. It was founded in 1988. And it's a foundation here in Phoenix that provides food and other services to the HIV and AIDS community out here. And what happens is, they get donations. I've been involved in Joshua Tree in one way or another for well over a decade. The current chairman I've been friends with for like 12 years. But I've always been very, very, very active in helping them with fundraising events and things like that. And because I was off for the last 2 weeks, I decided that the best thing that I could do for my community while still doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing was to volunteer my time to a place that needs it. And I'm low risk as far as things go, so I wasn't super hesitant about it. They have new precautions, masks and gloves and everything for the whole 9 yards. Mondays, they get in a bunch of donations from a whole bunch of grocery stores. So Mondays, we go in, we sort things, lug things all over the place. It's heavy lifting. Like I got some muscles now. And then Wednesdays is distribution day when their clients come in and they go through and they're able to grab what they need. And it's a great organization, and they do amazing things, and they help a community that really needs it, especially right now when isolation is hard anyway, and you're talking about a community that has a tendency to feel isolated anyway. Like this is because they are HIV positive. It's a marginalized community within a marginalized community, and donations are up and down. Grocery stores don't have everything that they normally would, but it was great to be able to see people come in and still be able to get what they need. And it's not just groceries. There's vitamins. Often there's toiletries and things like that as well if folks need them. And they partner with St. Mary's as well. So people that get tickets for food boxes are able to get their St. Mary's food boxes from Joshua Tree on Wednesdays. So it's a very, very important part of the community. So I love that Felicia decided to put that fundraiser together, and it's been amazing to see how many people have been able to dip into buckets, because I know people are unemployed and things are rough right now. So it's been great to see people.
Your animals want to be on every live that you're on.
Apparently. It's been great to see people, be able to donate and help meet those goals, which have just kept growing. So I would love to see it hit that 500 mark. Like that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we started at 200 as the goal, and I was just going to leave it at that. But then I was like, And then somebody donated over, and then I was like, well,
why not push it?
Yeah, so it has now been changed to 500. 400 has already been donated. And I posted it in the comments for everything that we're on that I can remember, that we're plugged onto. And if you feel the need to donate, then you donate $1, $5, $500. Up to you. And if you're not able to donate, I appreciate those that share, because if you don't share, then nobody knows about it. So do what you can, do what you will, and I hope that it gets to 500. If we get to 1,000, I don't know. I don't know. Just.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
But
I mean, it's just some random benefactors be like, here's $500.
But it does end on Friday. I did set.
All right, so we have 5 days. We can do this.
So I can get $100 a day. That'd be great.
We can do this.
Great.
Great. No problem.
But yeah, that's.
What do you want?
He's trying to tell you what he's proud of. Damn.
Something. Hi, buddy. He gets his stitches out not next week, but the following week. So then he'll finally get this thing off his ear.
Oh. How's his other things doing?
Awesome. Everything's all scabby and gross.
Oh. Healthy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But he's doing all right. He's definitely hanging in there. My bruises are still worse than his, so it's fine.
So as your arm's not falling off,
I know. I'm a mess. I am. What can I say? Yeah. So you know what? I'm glad that we were able to do this sort of special Fefe for everybody tonight. It's very, very informal. You know, we tried to we were like, you know what? We don't really have anything planned. We can just have a general idea of things. But we wanted to make sure that what we talked about, you know, everything was positive, and we were able to kind of bring to light a lot of the positivity that was going on with everything that was happening.
Correct.
So hopefully we accomplished that.
I would say that if you were looking forward to seeing Onward from Disney, it's on there. It's a good.
I watched it the other day.
Oh my God! Did you cry?
Let's go.
Oh my God!
I cry at everything. I'm not a good like. I cry at everything.
But I cried. I like.
You.
I didn't even know they still existed.
Which has tear ducts. Who knew?
But that was good. I have not jumped on the Tiger King. That doesn't look like something I would watch.
It's a train wreck, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, you watch it and you're just like, what the actual fuck?
Maybe I'll put it on while I'm working, so I don't like actually watch it.
There you go.
I don't know.
I got CBS All Access. I think had a free month going, so I got that so I could watch Picard and Star Trek? I think Discovery or something. So I'm working my way through Picard.
Oh, you haven't watched Star Trek yet?
Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah.
No, I don't have TV.
Oh.
And I can only get it on the CBS All Access, so that's why I got the free month.
I get it.
Because it was there. So, yeah.
So we were also going to talk about things that are opportunities to do while we're in self-isolation, quarantine, or whatever you want to call it. Things to do. You can stream things on Netflix. You can stream things on all of the things. Also, what I would suggest is that there are things like Creative Live. I use it for a lot of different things, mainly for photography. But there are some of the classes that they're offering for free, as well as there are some of the meditation apps that are offering free meditation classes that happen like once a day that you can download for free. Also, there are a lot of like Beachbody type deals that they're offering like the first 2 months free, where you can exercise at home. That's something that I've been looking into as I wait to do what I want to do because my booty. But
if you find a good like one of the free good like workout at home things that are giving like away trials, if you find a good one, shoot them my way. I could totally get into.
Oh, I could totally do that. Because I see them all the time, and I just want to like. I don't know if I should share them on my Facebook because I don't know if people want that. But there are so many things that I know that this is going to be a tough time. And they're already rumored to be talking about that we may be locked up until August because Italy is still recovering. There is but I watched the news the other day, and there's a guy reporting in the middle of the street in Italy, and there's not a car in sight. And he's like,
Nothing.
usually 10,000 cars pass right by here an hour. He said, today, there's none. So what I want to get in your headspace is take it day by day. Look for things that are free, because I know that we are not guaranteed that we will have a job if you have a job the next day, or you may not have a job. So also look what I was telling somebody earlier is look for learning opportunities on how to build you. That was a talk in one of the Ignite Your Pride had that conversation. Take the time to learn more about yourself. Learn about your sexual expression. Learn more about your sexual identity. Learn more about what do you want in life. What is the first thing that you want to accomplish after this is all over? Because when you have something to look forward to, then you're not so stuck in the, well, wompity wompity womp. And I know that people get tired of seeing my quotes and all that other bullshit, but if I don't post
I just mute you, it's fine.
if I don't, shut up. If I don't post anything, for me, I see just, I just need, for me, it's almost like I'm putting a note out to the universe and saying, I'm breaking this up. So
Right.
I know that some people get tired of seeing all that, but for me, if I say, good morning, how are we doing? That I really do want to see, like, people checking in, because I want people to check in on me. That's not, and I hate group messages, so I'm not going to do that. But if you knew how many group messages are in my inbox right now, you would just die. For me, I like to be organized, so I'm like, okay, this event is done, delete. But,
Right.
you know, just, I want to suggest that you look into things that are more future bound. If you want to, if we have entertainers on here, and I'm going to put a thing out later, but if there are entertainers on here, Freddie and I have websites. May not update them all the time, but we have websites. I feel like this is the perfect time. If you want to fuck around with the website, this is the perfect time. And it will take hours. Trust me. It will take hours to get the website that you're looking for to look the way you want it to look. So that is one key thing that I will say. As a person that is in that world, I encourage, especially because now people are at home, if they see your name, they're going to Google things about you. So, if you got some no-nos on there, you should Google yourself. Check on your no-nos and see if they're good no-nos. If they're not good no-nos, then you need to get them off the internet so they're not searchable. But that is one thing that I think will take up so much time. And you're learning something, you're learning a new skill. And there's people actually hiring for IT field. So if you teach yourself coding or you know how to build websites, all in that is a skill. You know how to entertain, you know how to put yourself together, and now you just learned a new skill. That's what? Like 3 skills all together. Look. So that's my suggestion. There are a lot of the meditation sites that I'm on Calm, I think that is, and I think I have Headspace. That's what it is. That I paid for before we got into all this, but those apps often have a check-in point, like during the day. Like it'll send you like a notification that says it's time to check in, and there's something about when you put your feelings on paper or when you put it in the app and it shows you like what your check-in rhythm is, because for a while mine was not very good, but you know, like if you focus on what you need and get there, it's all about self-care. I think this time is about self-care and developing yourself. I didn't mean to sound all preachy
and please, I'm gonna get preachy for a minute here. Stop going to hang out with people that you don't live with. I don't think that
well, and they've discovered that you can be asymptomatic, so
right.
That
it doesn't matter whether you feel sick or not, you can still be a carrier. Mm-hmm. And the longer that we continue to ignore the shelter in place, I'm going to say recommendations because our governor is a dumbass, but I'm going to say it's the shelter in place. Like, stop, unless it is essential for you to go somewhere and you are going to be the only person if you're going on a hike or something. Please just do the right thing. Nothing is more important than trying to get through this sooner rather than later. And the longer we choose to ignore the shelter in place, the longer we choose to ignore the social distancing mandates out there, the longer that this is going to continue to drag out, because all it's going to do is it's just going to keep spreading. And the only thing that we have in our power, because the only thing we can control is what we can control, right? So the only thing in our power that we can do is stay home and stay away from people. Period. It doesn't matter whether you think this person is your best friend and they can't possibly be sick. You don't know who has come in contact with what while they were out grocery shopping. You don't know who has come in contact with what while they were at their other friend's house. So please, if you want this done sooner rather than later, stay home, stay away from people that you don't live with, and do what you're supposed to do. Because we want this done, and it can't be done until everybody falls in line and does what we're supposed to be doing. Because every time you go to hang out with somebody that you do not live with, you put other people at risk. Mm-hmm. It's you and 10 other people. And the person you come in contact with, and their 10 people, and their 10 people. That's how this spreads. So,
and a lot of people
if it's not essential, stay home. Period. Stay home.
Or limited trips to anywhere.
Right.
Drive-throughs.
Right.
I mean, support your businesses, but limited. I don't know how to say that.
I mean, I've gotten delivery a couple times. I haven't dropped them off at my door. I don't even know if my door until they leave.
Well, our delivery people have been quick. Even if you walk out the door, they set in the driveway, and they are quick. They're like, I'm essential.
Nobody wants to deal with it. Right. Nobody wants to deal with this.
So Mimi, tell your roommates to not invite people over. That's not good. That is not good.
Oh my God. No, I'd kill somebody. I guess that's the one good thing about me living alone is I don't have to worry about roommates or anybody doing dumb shit. I'd be like, get the fuck out. Ooh. No.
For a while I was dealing with that, and I think it's calmed down a little bit because the fries by our house, somebody was carrying that. And so I was like, if I get sick in here, I
kill somebody.
All
right, we are over, so
yes,
let's need to dip out so we'll have time to prep before Patricia comes on.
Yes, make sure you go to Patty's Ponderings. I believe it's on her personal Facebook page on Patricia Mason.
I believe so.
And on YouTube at youtube.com/Patty's Ponderings. Okay, we have no upcoming. We have upcoming shows. We have
We have Wednesday. So Wednesday's gonna be on.
Kid's coming
Wednesday. He's actually excited about it. Believe it or not. He is Mr. New Mexico, US of A, MI, and my drag kid. And Trey will be on with us on Wednesday. And who knows? Maybe we'll get Violet on too.
Oh, she's been in drag all week.
I know she has.
Oh, another
good
thing too to do with your time. Violet has done a fantastic job. High five. I feel like I have children out there that are listening to my messaging. Violet and Coco have been doing like drag every day and recording it and putting it on social media. So, for all y'all I don't
practice your makeup. Try new things. You know, I mean, you have nothing but time, right? So yeah.
Oh, and shout out because of makeup. 6S Boutique, 6sboutique.com, got me my face in a matter of like days.
Praise Jesus, my God.
They were amazing. So, we want to thank Wigs of a Kind for being one of our sponsors. You can find them on Facebook. Burley Barbers is still one of our sponsors, but they are temporarily closed because of the shutdown. But like I was saying last week, if they are your barber, find a way to send them money. If you go get your nails done, find a way to send your nail technician money too. You can support us on Patreon, like Brandon Best, Leanne, Carrie and Corey, Casey Starr, Patricia Mason, Allison, and Joan on patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe. Oh, don't forget. You can also support us on PayPal. Yeah. We have a tip jar. You can support us at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. I think it works .com as well. Be sure to like this episode, subscribe, and share this with people. I usually say Trump supporters, but what I want to say is people that need this episode. Right. Because not everybody got to watch because we're on at the same time as something else that I saw. Right. But I think that if you know somebody that needs our words or they just need a good laugh because I don't look too good. I mean, if they need an uplifting message, you send this message to them and say, we are all in this together. I know that sounds very cliche and very High School Musical, but really, we're in this together because there is no way.
We have a video. I could post that. We are in this together, and we will see the end of this, and we will get through it.
You can subscribe to us.
As long as my phone decides to focus at some point. It's fine. I hope everybody has had a wonderful weekend. Please continue to support your local businesses as best that you can. Please stay home and stay safe and continue to be good humans. And we will see everybody on Wednesday.
Bye!